Is the inside scoop on the Air India crash investigation. The Accident Bureau's final report will be out in the next 6 months. The cockpit voice recording is now being analysed. Flight data recording is also being decoded and being analysed. Answers to what happened, how it happened, all these will be answered in this report, which will be out in the next 6 months. Usually, in these kind of crashes, it takes close to 6 to 8 months for the entire report to be out. We have all seen the initial 15-page report, which has now been made public by the aaib, which is the Accident Bureau. The final report on the crash will be out in 6 months. The cockpit voice recorder at the moment is being analysed. Flight data recording is also being decoded and is being analysed. This report will answer basic questions. What happened, how it happened, all these things will be answered in this report. Now, this is a report which not just Indian government at the moment is very keenly waiting for. In fact, the international community is also waiting for this report. Possibility that after this report is out, we could see a change in the SOPs that have been followed so far. We could see some of those changes also taking place. A lot of questions obviously being asked of Boeing also. Flight data recording now being decoded and is now being analysed. My colleague Ahmedabad is now joining me on the story. Ahmed, this is very crucial piece of information which is coming out. The cockpit voice recording, that's being analysed at the moment from what we understand. In fact, the flight data recorder is also being decoded and analysed.
Aishwarya, this is India Today exclusive. We are breaking down as to how the aaib investigation into the Air India 171 crash is being carried out. The top sources have confirmed to India Today that the aaib report could be out in minimum 6 months. The timeline that is being looked at is 6 months to 8 months. So in the next 6 to 8 months, the complete picture of as to how that crash happened will be out as well. And that's what aaib is working on. And 3 different data sets is being worked upon by the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau in order to get to the fine details of what happened to Air India, why that happened and how that happened. Top sources also confirmed to India Today that the prelim report or the initial report has already put out the word as to what happened with Air India 171, that is the transition of the fuel control switches. What is being investigated at this point in time is that how that happened and why that happened, So if fuel control switches transition, what could have led to that transition? Why that transition happened? Was it because of some other component within the aircraft which led to this particular transition, malfunction in some other component of Air India Boeing Dreamliner, which led to that tragic crash in Ahmedabad? So we are breaking this down for our viewers at this point in time. What top sources have confirmed India Today. 3 different data sets, making it even more clear for our viewers at this point in time. So what the aaib is looking at, number 1, the CVR data, which is cockpit voice recorder. The FDR data, the CVR data will have voice samples, voice data which has been downloaded and is being analysed. And after that, the FDR data has been downloaded as well. That's being analysed. So that would have the technical aspect of the craft. For instance, how the engine was working, how the other components were working. Was there any sort of malfunction or different kind of behavior with the craft? That all of that will be decoded as well. And eventually, the third and the most important aspect as well will be the wreckage data set.
Right.
Now, what does that mean? From the AI 171 crash site, all the components from the wreckage site has been taken to another site. Original equipment manufacturers have been called in. So working of each of these wreckage components are being looked into. All of that data will be synced in and corroborated. This is an India Today exclusive news break at this point in time. Aishwarya.
Thank you, Ahmed, giving us all those details. We are exclusively getting you the details of the investigation that is now taking place. In the next 6 months, we will have the full report out in public.